Hello everyone, Brendan McCauley here with the Theology of the Body Institute. In today's video, we're going to talk about how do you keep your faith in college. If you're new to this channel, I first want to invite you to like and subscribe. That way you can be up to date with all the new videos we'll be posting here soon. So I'm a new face to the channel, and I'd like to share with you a little bit about my testimony of how I kept my faith in college. So I grew up Catholic, raised Catholic, didn't miss Sunday Mass, but it wasn't until my senior year of high school something happened to me that changed how I saw my faith, how I saw God, and all that. And I'd like to share this story with you. So I was a senior in high school. In April of 2014, me, my mom, and my dad were watching a movie. And the next morning, we were going to visit my only brother, who's a sophomore in college at the time at Washington State University. And so we're about ready for bed, and we receive a phone call. Pullman Regional Hospital. My dad picks it up and is on the phone for a couple minutes, hangs up the phone, walks over to my mom and I, and says, "Your brother, our son, has been hit in the head with a softball playing intramural sports." And this was the doctor, and he said, "Your son is being intubated, his brain is bleeding, we're airlifting him. You need to go to Spokane Hospital." And the last thing the doctor said was, "He is declining. He's declining." My dad's like, "We gotta go right now." So we get in the car, we drive 5 hours overnight to Spokane, and these words are ringing in my head. He is declining. He is declining. We're praying together, we're crying together, and I'll never forget, I'm looking over these mountains at night, and this rainbow flashes before my eyes. I'm like, "Mom, did you see that?" She's like, "I saw something flash, but what was it?" And I was like, "It was a rainbow." She says, "That's a sign of hope, Brendan. The scripture talks about it's a sign of hope." So we get to the hospital, we're in the waiting room, waiting for the surgery to get done. The surgeon opens up the doors, comes in over to us and says, the surgery went really well, but he had some severe bruising on the right side of his brain. We're not really sure how he's going to recover, but his left side may have some paralysis. And the surgeon said we can go in and see him now. So we go into the room, and there he is, laying on the bed, cords all over him, cords in his arms, tube down his throat, tube in his head. There he is. We walk over to him, we hold his hand, and all we can really say is, "We love you, we're here for you." And I'm thinking, this is my only brother, my best friend who I grew up playing sports with, wrestling with, and I may lose him, I don't know. And this moment woke me up. It woke me up to reality. First, I'm not invincible. Life is delicate. And so after a long journey in this story, in this accident, he had to undergo 4 different surgeries, 2 years of occupational therapy, but he's recovered immensely. He has a lack of movement in his left hand. He gets a little bit more fatigued, but other than that, he's doing great. He just got married a couple years ago. He has a job as a teacher, and actually, he has a baby girl being born today. So pray for them. But I'm sharing this story because this was right before my college experience. I get into college, and what happened to me showed me the first thing of how do I keep my faith in college, and that is we need to wake up. We need to take our faith seriously. When we're in college, our parents are not gonna force us to go to Mass, so your faith is your own now. We have to take it seriously. Jesus asked the question to all of us, "Who do you say that I am? Who do you say that I am?" And if you say you're God, you're the anointed one, you're the Christ, then he says, "Come and follow me." And if we hesitate there, ask yourself, why? Why am I not giving myself entirely to Jesus? Is he not loving? Are you kind of worried, what's this going to get me into? But if God is love, then surrender all to him. Yes, you'll want to follow him. So that's the first thing. We need to take our faith seriously. We need to wake up. The second, I want to just give you a quote from Pope John Paul II. This is what he says to young people. This is point number 2. Prayer Intimate dialogue with the one who is calling you to be his disciples must come first. Prayer must come first. Be generous in your active life, young people, and be deeply immersed in the contemplation of God's mystery. And then he says, make the Eucharist the heart of your day. Not just the heart of your week, the heart of your day. Yes, we all have busy lives. Some of us work a lot and may not be able to make it to Mass. But if we long for the Eucharist daily, that's a prayer in itself. So we must immerse ourselves in the sacraments, the Eucharist, reconciliation, and prayer, intimate dialogue with God. We must form a relationship with God. So that's point number 2, suggestion number 2 of how to keep your faith in college. And lastly, number 3, you need a good Catholic community. You need good, authentic friendships who will push you, challenge you, pray with you, desire your good, talk to God with you. This is what we need for ourselves. I'll never forget, one of my friends just told me, someone said, if you look at the 5 people you hang out with, it will tell you a lot about who you are. We need to really immerse ourselves, surround ourselves by people who are on fire, who want to be saints. And so that's point number 3 of how to keep your faith in college. To sum them up one more time, number 1, we need to wake up and take our faith seriously. Number 2, we need prayer. We need the sacraments daily. And 3, we need to surround ourselves by a community that is on fire. And so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm excited to be journeying with you on this channel. Feel free to subscribe again, share with any family or friends, and we'll see you next time. God bless.